Shalom, happy new you. Welcome to day 19 of Attitude of Gratitude. I hope that you have been able to find five things that you are grateful for each day. So, I'm going to share my five things I am grateful for today with you. And the first thing I am grateful for is um, is prayer. I am grateful for prayer. So, over the years, I've learned better ways to, well, how to pray. First of all, as a young person, I learned how to pray and just having that open line of communication with God. So I am grateful for prayer, being able to talk about those things that bother me, talk about those things that concern me, talk about those things that are on my mind. So I am grateful for prayer. The second thing I am grateful for is peace. So while we're younger and in the households of our family, the people who are the providers for us, our parents, our guardians, we have the amount of peace that we are able to have in that household. And as we grow into adulthood and are able to have our own places to live, we can have the amount of peace that we desire in our homes because we dictate how much peace is there. So I went on a journey to decide that I wanted more peace in my life. And so those things that are not peaceful, those are the things that I do not seek out and I do not surround myself with. And when I find myself in a place where the peace is lacking, I actually exit. I follow where the peace goes. So I think I am grateful and thankful for peace. The next thing I am grateful for is protection. So sometimes God protects us from things that we do not even know that we're being protected from. So an example of or something that happened to me and where I was able to recognize God's protection was a time that I decided to go. I hadn't been on vacation for maybe 2, 3 years, and I decided to go on vacation. And my vacation unfortunately surrounded going to one of my cousin's homegoing ceremonies that was in Nashville, Tennessee. So when I got ready to book, I was able to book all the days up until the homegoing service. I was not able to stay the night at the facility and where I wanted to stay the night of. So after the homegoing service, I had to leave and travel to the next destination because I decided to do two different spots for this particular vacation time. And so after leaving, in which the hotel or the place where we were staying at told me that they had full capacity the night of the homegoing service, so we could not get a room. We could not extend the stay past that day. So once I left and I started driving to went from Tennessee to Missouri. Once I got to Missouri, I found out that the very place that I was staying at, it flooded and everybody's vehicles were trapped underwater. It flooded and the amount of water stood at like 5 feet, 5 to 6 feet. So that means that my vehicle would have been like submerged in water. So I was so grateful that on that particular time that I wasn't even able to stay if I wanted to, and I had to leave because I would have been without a vehicle and I would have had to figure out how to get back to my destination, to home, and I wouldn't have been able to go to the second location, which was in Missouri. And this is the thing that kind of blew my mind about the whole thing was after leaving Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, and then going to Branson, Missouri, the day that we left Branson, Missouri, like right after we left, a tornado hit Branson, Missouri, the same exact space that we were staying at. that same area got hit with a tornado and it like tore that town apart. So that was examples in looking at just how blessed I've been, how God has protected me. Like I realized in looking at different situations and seeing where I've been that either right after I leave a place something happens, or something happens right before I get there and I totally miss all of the damage, all of the bad experience, all of the hurt, harm, and danger. I end up not being a part of that because of God's protection. So I am so grateful and thankful for the protection, because I could have been in a flood and then I also could have been in a tornado. So I am grateful for that. That was an experience that I had that I realized that God has really truly been protecting me. And the other thing that I'm grateful for is just jobs that I've had. So some of the jobs that I had, I didn't understand why I had those particular jobs, why I was to experience those particular things and meet those people and be exposed to the people and places that I was exposed to. So I am grateful for those. I have grown so much in all of the jobs that I've had. I have learned, like now that I'm an entrepreneur, it's like looking at the way management was versus being an employee. I can understand some of the reasons some things were implemented. And then looking at from an employee perspective, it also helps me to better manage my team and to make sure that I incentivize the people who I partner with. So that way it makes sense for both of us. So make it a win-win situation. So I really I am really appreciative of the jobs that I've had. And a few of the jobs that I've had, I've been able to meet people who I would probably have never met otherwise. So maybe we'll talk about some of that, or I will actually, as I've been told by several people, have to go ahead and write that book so I could talk about all these different people that I met while I was working different jobs, and I wouldn't have otherwise met them because of the status and the job that they were into, the circle that they were in. So I would have never met them. And another thing I'm grateful for is blessings. Blessings, blessings of the people who are in my network. So just to give you guys an example, like the mentors that I have and the coaches that I have, I was able to I actually read the book, I Am, I Can, I Will, Walking by Faith by Dr. Joel Dudley Sr. I read that book. And once I read that book, I was like, I would love to meet him. And once I decided, like, I got to meet him. And that's just like, I was so laser focused on, I have to meet him. And so once in reading the book, I was just so inspired. And it seemed as if the download that he got from God, I call it a download. The download that he got from God, it was like I was getting downloaded the like future version, like the current version of information. And so I was like, I have to meet him. I have to meet him. He's such a brilliant mind. And I just want to sit in his presence and talk to him and just be able to soak it all in. So I went to the director of our school, Miss Betty R. Clausen, and I was like, you know what? I have to meet him. So I was just trying to find out when it was going to be. So spring break was coming up and the children were going to be out of school. So I was like, I have to go down now. So I had been, I say bugging. I was bugging her about going, and I was bugging her about the information so that once we got there, we could go in and speak with him and meet him. And needless to say, she gave me the information and she connected me with who I needed to be connected with so that I can go and meet Dr. Joel Dudley Sr. And I took the children with me, and they all got autographed books from him. and he actually autographed my book. And I was connected from that point on, and he became one of my mentors. And so it was still a lot of things that I did not know about him from reading his book and from meeting him. But the thing that stuck out to me the most, in which I have a lot of things that stuck out to me, but in talking about downloads, the thing that stuck out to me the most was I started talking to him about how I wanted to help people change their lives. And I started talking to him about how I wanted to help people obtain the financial goals that they had in place. I was like, well, I need to help this many people reach $100,000. I need to help this many people reach $50,000. I need to help this many people reach $200,000. I need to help this many people become millionaires. Now, mind you, I'm not a millionaire yet, but he knew about this vision. So he pointed to the wall and he was like, read that article. And so I went over and he had a newspaper article taped to the wall. And I read the article, and it was like the thing that I was saying to him, the amount of people and how much income I wanted to help them obtain. He had that same vision, and it was like in the 1980s or 1970s. It was and I'm going to find that actual picture because I think I took a picture while I was there, because that was like, wow, he had the download so many years ago, and then I just got the download recently. So it let me know that it was in alignment, like I was destined to meet him in my life. And I am so grateful for that. And then now to have another coach, another coach that is already in that position, who's already making the income that I desire to be able to make, and also desire to be able to help others make. I am grateful for this coach. The thing that I like about these mentors is that they want to see you win. They want to see you obtain your financial goals. They want to see you have that lifestyle change. They want to see you living in the life that you desire to live, spending time with your family, a closer relationship with God, and also generating that generational wealth. So, if you guys want to change your life, if you want to tap into your lifestyle change, if you want to increase not only your mindset, but increase your your money sense, if you want to go ahead and elevate this year and you want to dominate in your field and in your business, in your brand, in your life, with your family, then definitely go ahead and text. I want you to text HW. That's health and wealth. That's what we're focusing on this year. We're focusing on health and wealth. So I'm going to talk about that at the end of every video, is that we're going to focus on health and wealth this year. So if you are ready to grow in your health, you want to get better, you want to feel better, you want to look better, then comment HW or text HW to this phone number. And if you want to change your lifestyle and you want to increase your income and you want to make sure that you are saving for emergencies and you want to make sure you reach that next financial goal, whether that be going on a vacation, whether that be saving for a rainy day for those unforeseen and unexpected expenses, or you're looking to buy a home, a new vehicle, whatever it is, whatever that financial goal is going to do for you, then make sure you text HW, which is health and wealth, to the number 224-263-1110. Because this year I want you to grow with me and I want you to be healthy with me. So we're going to focus on health and wealth all 2025. So I am looking to help at least 20 families a week. So is this the week that you want to help your family get the help that they need so that you can grow in health and in wealth? I love you guys. Have a great day. Shalom.